Here's what's still technically your Dragonflight reminders for this week. Hey, it's Salt, and you can help support the channel by hitting the like button, subscribing for more coverage, and catching me live in the mornings on Twitch. Let's get this week's happenings out of the way first for a change. The Midsummer Fire Festival is going on until the 5th of July. The highlight is a snazzy appearance for our Wild Drake mounts, and to get it, all you have to do is defeat a Hoon in a dungeon queue and hope for it to drop. Unlike other holiday mounts, your alt army won't be of any help this time. You can queue up as many times as you want each day, but you only get one chance at a drop per day, and other attempts by your alt will not change that. But of course, you can do it for whatever other rewards you want. At the same time, bad luck protection is in place, increasing your chances at the drop when you make each of these daily attempts, so hop in and give it a try if you have a few minutes each day, because that's really all you need. It's the final surge this week for the trading post, meaning extra credit for easy tender. Make sure to loot the tender chest and stay tuned for a preview of what's to come in July, hopefully with pictures this time. Cooking Impossible is this week's brawl, and Time Walkin's back in town featuring Mr. Pandaria, and this should be kind of, awkward. Queue up for 5 Time Walking dungeons as part of the quest and slowly make your way through with scaled down abilities and normal run speed and the threat of death. It's gonna be great. And over in Mythic Plus World, the affixes are Fortified and Volcanic with Spiteful for keys 10 and higher. It's a vacation at almost every level of play. Just watch the ground and keep them slows and snares handy for Spitefuls. It's widely believed that 29 days after this video is published, the War Within pre-expansion patch goes live on US servers. There's a lot that you can do until then, like work towards completing the big Dragonflight meta and obtain Tyvan, the big friendly dog, as a mount. You can knock out the Mage Tower with classes in their current state before the pre-patch jacks everything up again. In the weeks leading up, I'm going to give small reminders of different things that you can do, or you can also take part in what I call the Great Farm, farming up tons of Transmog ahead of time to collect from the mailbox when the pre-patch goes live for some big gains. The rest of this video will talk about my plans on how it works so you can go on your own journey of burying yourself alive with loot. But before I begin, I should say that this method is not 100% confirmed to work, and it's impossible to test on the beta or the PTR. There might be some bug where items that are sitting in the mailbox before the patch won't be able to unlock Transmog after the patch. So I'm deciding to take a risk, and if you want to try this as well, so are you. I've been talking about this for a while, but the plan is, over the next 30 days, to pillage dungeons and raids all over the world of Warcraft, downing boss after boss, while letting all that sweet Transmog shoot over to our mailbox. Let's talk about how to do it. First, we need to choose a character, preferably a very fast class like a druid or a demon hunter, but your favoriteest class will do just fine as well. Faster run speed means faster farming, meaning it's a good idea to kit them out with lots of speed gear and consumables. In fact, there's a guide that I made a while back with some general tips on how to farm up a speed set even now in Dragonflight. A link to that is in the video description. What makes a druid and demon hunter great choices to make into your speed character is that you can get the most of the major gearing done in only a few hours, and it's pretty inexpensive too. Other armor classes involve a lot more farming and gold to achieve similar results. While you're getting all that together, you might want to get at least a glance of just where you're at with your collections. Honestly, you probably need Transmog from all over the place, but just in case, the All the Things add-on is one of my all-stars for seeing what you're missing, and I'll talk you through how to view your progress. With the add-on installed, go to your options menu, then to the add-on tab up top, find All the Things right there, expand the tree, and then click on General. Check this box close to the top right here so we can configure things a little bit faster. We're going to track all the Transmog and pretty much nothing else for now. Check account mode and uncheck everything else on the left hand side here except for appearances or, well, anything that you still feel like tracking. Then uncheck the box at the top right to update your settings. Open all the things from the minimap button and you can see everything that you're missing, sorted by expansion, location, and who or what drops it. For the sake of what we're trying to do here, you don't need to keep this add-on running all the time. It's a big memory hog that increases your load time. Again, odds are good that you're going to be in the same boat as me. You need to run pretty much everything. So here are a few ideas on how to get some quick farming in. What I plan to put a lot of focus on is to run a bunch of Raid Finder. I mean, yeah, it's only Raid Finder, but it's also easy to run a bunch of them at once. Except for maybe Dragon Soul. You have to travel all the way to the entrance of Dragon Soul down in the Caverns of Time to queue up. The other Raid Finder queues are much easier to get to. For Mr. Pandaria, travel to the Seat of Knowledge in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. For Warlords, there's an NPC inside your garrison. For Legion, there's an NPC just a bit outside the Violet Hold dungeon. Battle for Azeroth has a different NPC depending on your faction, and you'll find them in their respective capitals. Shadowlands NPC is an Ouroboros, but keep in mind that Shadowlands is not officially in Legacy mode yet, meaning you get way less loot to drop, but any time now that can change. Raid Finder makes for a great start, because once you plop down on an NPC, you don't need to travel anywhere at all, and you can just go down the list. Here's some other ideas though. If you have a good number of alts, you can simply park a bunch of them outside of your favorite raids and dungeons, or maybe even pile the whole army outside of like Icecrown Citadel and farm in the hopes that your most desired drop will, drop. There are a lot of ways you can approach the Great Farm as long as you don't pick up Transmog ahead of time. You'll discover very quickly that no matter how much space you have in your bags, your bank, and your void storage combined, it's simply not going to be enough. But dude, Soul, I hate leaving all these corpses just lying around unlooted, and I get it. So here's an add-on that'll help you loot everything else. It's called Auto Looter, and configuring it for this task is pretty easy. After installing the add-on, the first thing that you want to do is disable the in-game auto loot function. So from the options menu, type auto in the search field and it'll reveal the option. Turn that off because we're going to let the add-on manage all of this for us. Now navigate to the add-ons tab on the left side, select Auto Looter, and check the box to ignore BOP. That's going to stop you from looting whatever is immediately bound to your character, including Transmog. Down the window where you see rarity, notice that the poor and the uncommon boxes are not checked, meaning that these items will be ignored, as in not looted. With the configuration as it is, you can now safely loot piles of corpses for gold, materials, and maybe some rare epic BOEs, while leaving the soul-bound Transmog behind. Now, you're also leaving behind trash that can be vendored, and common items like materials, food, and drink that can be sold. You can reconfigure the loot filters however you like, and as your inventory slowly fills up with stuff, sell or transfer as needed. With all this set up, you just gotta follow your ABCs. Always be collecting. Raid Finder will be where I spend a lot of my early attention for the sake of speed. If you're going to employ your army of alts, I suggest that you place them strategically. Better geared characters can farm up tougher content at the Battle for Azeroth level, while older expansions can be handled by pretty much any max level character, with mythic raids being a possible exception. I'm probably going to have my alts handle everything up to Warlords, while my main takes on everything in Legion and Battle for Azeroth. We shouldn't worry about doing multiple repeats throughout the month because, well, odds are plenty good that there's still a lot more to collect, even if we're not going to see our results until this patch. The goal here is to get a nice and strong start to this new kind of collecting, to, I guess, meme just how stupid our mailboxes look, that sort of thing, and of course having a fun little something to do while we prepare for the war within. That's going to be all the stuff for this week, and if you don't mind, like the video, subscribe for more coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Let's have Bob close us out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.
Hey look, it's a new month, come and join me. We're gonna do collecties. Cause tender is my breakfast, tender's what I breathe, tender is the loot I collect from the corpses. Tender's running through my veins, tender's both my pleasure and pain. It's like coffee, tender's in my cup, suddenly it's not cause I bought things. Check me on my badass broomstick mount, got my tender then your mama can count. Done.